14 people charged for drug trafficking at Penn State University, and 2 fraternities are involved in this. Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your eyes and ears up to some of the travails and tribulations that take place throughout our cities, our states, our country, and sometimes around the world. So this is such a bizarre case that I just had to do it. Actually, in all my years of living, this story is a first. Why do people go to college? You go into college to ascertain what you want to major in, what you want to become as an adult. There's some developmental stages that go on between the age of 18 to 22, emotionally, mentally, physically. You're there to, college should help you to become and garner, to become an active, positive pillar in your community, for you to hone on specific skills that you're going to utilize for your work environment and for the rest of your life. It is not supposed to be a place where you learn how to become a drug trafficker or drug dealer, and a place where you're learning how to tear down your community. You're going to college to not only uplift yourself, but utilize your skills to uplift your community and your families. Well, these guys at Penn State University, they decided to be counterintuitive and develop skills to destroy their community. So let's get into this. This is a rare case. This just happened. On August 17, 2026, Pennsylvania Attorney General Dave Sunday announced criminal charges against 14 people tied to a cocaine trafficking operation centered on 2 Penn State fraternities. That's what I said. At Penn State University, 14 people caught up in a drug trafficking operation. So the 2 fraternities were Sigma Chi and Delta Epsilon. 13 of the defendants were Penn State students at or around the time of the alleged conduct in 2023 and 2024. So who are the alleged leaders? 2 members, Agostino Abatello and Thomas Robinson, were described as the main suppliers, making regular trips to Philadelphia and New York City to bring back large quantities of drugs and cocaine. Authorities described a clear hierarchy. Multiple witnesses who testified in front of the grand jury referred to Abatello as the largest dealer of drugs for Penn State University students, with Abatello at the very top of the chain, while Robinson was a rung below that ladder, on that ladder. He was right below Abatello. Those were the 2 main people. We're talking about Agostino Abatello and Thomas Robinson. So how did it work? The cocaine was packaged mainly at the Sigma Chi and Delta Epsilon fraternity houses off campus and distributed primarily to Penn State students. So they were making these drugs, getting them from Philadelphia and New York, packaging them up, having the fraternity guys, the pledges, package up the drugs. That's how they were being hazed. And then they're selling the drugs to Penn State students who were there at Penn State trying to garner and advance themselves in education. You have several students that allegedly were partying and getting high. Things do happen at colleges and universities, but for this to be a drug trafficking operation right on campus, right off campus at Penn State University is as egregious and arrogant as you possibly could be. And then how do they think they're not going to get caught? We're talking about 18 to 22-year-olds. They can't hold water when it comes to gossip, rumor, and innuendo. They were destined for this to fail. Attorney General Dave Sunday called it an upper-level trafficking organization for this region in Pennsylvania, adding there was nothing junior, or childlike about this type of conduct. Uh, distributing, no, Disturbingly, investigators allege cutting and packaging the drugs was used as a form of hazing. Pledges were made to do it as part of joining the fraternities. Most payments were made in cash or through payment apps like Cash App or Venmo. Yeah, there you go with a digital footprint right there. We're in a different day and time. So the other defendants, beyond Abatello and Robinson, two other students, Mohammed Harabi and Lars Zeepvat, were charged with felony corrupt organizations, conspiracy, dealing in proceeds of unlawful activity and related offenses. A fifth student, Robert Zanola, was charged with felony conspiracy and other misdemeanors. 8 more students, Liam Smith, Michael Brogno, Kadeem Howe, Connor Hurley, Seth Beardsley, Kyle Rippath, Daniel Price, and Charles Wiseman. They all face misdemeanor drug possession and paraphernalia counts. So who is and this is another kicker that brought this story to my attention. There's a 14th person that is involved in this indictment, and you won't believe the hypocrisy in this one. He's not only a father, but he's also a lawyer. He's a father of one of the guys that got arrested. So the only non-student charge was Paul Robinson. Remember, his son is one of the lead co-conspirators in this drug ring. That would be Thomas Robinson. So, Thomas Robinson's father, Paul Robinson, 59 years old. Right, like I said, Thomas Robinson's father is accused of concealing evidence by staging or stashing drugs and cash in a safe and obstructing the investigation. He is a practicing attorney at a law firm in Pittsburgh. If anybody should know better and do better, it should be the father of Thomas Robinson, Paul Robinson, 59 years old. And if he was obstructing the investigation and even hiding evidence, he can't plead ignorance in the court of law. Him and his son are in a world of trouble. So what is the aftermath? Abatello, 24, described as the ringleader, surrendered and was denied bail at his arraignment. And remember now, also from a moral and ethical standpoint, Abatello, 24, probably did not get bail because guess what? He's selling these drugs and narcotics to college students, to our future leaders on this planet and in our society. And I talk about it all the time. The two main issues that are destroying our country today is untreated mental illness and the opioid crisis, which both lead to homelessness, helplessness, and definitely erratic behavior. So Penn State University placed Delta Epsilon on interim suspension pending the investigation. Sigma Chi, notably, isn't even a university recognized organization and operates outside Penn State's oversight. A university spokesperson said they were horrified by these serious allegations. And you have to remember, in conclusion, this is not the first time that Penn State is having a black eye or a tinge placed on their reputation as a university. You remember about 30 years ago, under Joe Paterno, who was a legendary football coach, you had the scandal with Coach Sandusky with the child abuse allegations. That hit Penn State extremely hard about 2 to 3 decades ago. And now you have Penn State in the news again with this time a huge drug trafficking organization that was taking place right outside of campus, and they were servicing these drugs to many other Penn State students. When you're talking about a brochure for marketing and advertising for your child to go to Penn State, at this particular time and over the last few decades, Penn State might not be the place for your child to attend college and to garner that degree and head into a career-driven path. it sounds like Penn State's got several distractions, and they're going to have to clean up. The optics on Penn State University are not looking good. Penn State did recover from the Sandusky drama and situation, and now they get another black eye with this drug conspiracy. That's going to hurt enrollment. That's going to hurt donations and endowment, and all the way from the president of the university on down, they got to do some house cleaning for sure. Tell me what you think. This has been the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth in a positive, righteous, and God-conscious way.